Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. The news continues at 12:30. It's good to have you with us. I'm Bill Bryant. Rebecca Smith along here on WKYT and for Barb. It has been an ongoing problem and the community wants to put a stop to it.
The Mercer County Sheriff's Office says there's been a string of property damage in the area and now there's a reward being offered in the case. WKYT's Sean Moody is tracking the investigation in our top story at 12:30.
Well, even as I was standing inside the sheriff's office this morning, reports were still coming in. They're up to 8 vehicles now, mostly in the western part of the county. Mercer County Sheriff Ernie Kelty says over the past 3 nights, someone's been breaking out car windows. He says it's happened along Mackville Road, Rose Lane, Central Pike, and Mount Pleasant Pike. He says no one's seen the people doing this, but he believes it's someone with a baseball bat. He says they're breaking the windows out of the cars, but they're not actually stealing anything from them.
It's pretty frustrating. I mean, we got folks out here in our county and they're going out finding their cars. And I mean, when you have a windshield or a back window broke out of your car, that's several $1,000s worth of damage that's been conducted so far. You know, and these people are frustrated and you know, it's frustrating for us.
And the sheriff said the people responsible would likely face criminal mischief charges if they're caught. In Mercer County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Well, the sheriff says there's a Crime Stoppers reward of up to $1,000 for information leading to an arrest.
A grand jury has indicted a couple for stealing copper from lights along Kentucky highways. The Kentucky Department of Transportation and the Clark County Sheriff announced the arrests this morning. Investigators say Aaron and Cindy Ferguson committed the thefts in several different counties between April and November of this year. They face 22 counts of theft and criminal mischief. Investigators say the thefts have caused thousands in damage and also created some dangers.
So we hope not only have we saved money in the future on thefts, but we've also saved lives in the future.
Authorities offered a $2,500 reward, and that's why someone with information on the Fergusons finally came forward. Investigators think the couple had an accomplice, and they're offering another $2,500 for information that leads to that person. Federal authorities have charged a Fort Campbell woman in the death of a 2-month-old. Sheila Linares is accused of shaking Thomas Castleton II last December. The Leaf Chronicle there reports that she was the little boy's baby sister. That is the babysitter there. An autopsy shows that Castellan died of blunt force trauma to the head.
Well, a father will be able to give his children a Merry Christmas thanks to the generosity of others. Someone broke into a Germonta Sturgis's home on West 7th Street last week and took all the presents meant for his children. Since then, several people have stepped in and paid for replacement gifts.
There still are good people in the world, and I just personally like to thank every single person out there that's been so supportive in this dark moment.
Police say they're still searching for the burglar who took the children's presents. Well, it's good that he got some help there for Christmas.
People stepping up here in the season.
Well, it's going to be a mild but rainy day across the area.
Pretty warm out there. The beginning of a system, though, that could eventually bring some snowflakes in for Christmas and some challenges for travelers, especially those going by air. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is here. Micah?
Yeah, and really the early check of the weather is not really a rainy check. I mean, as we continue to go throughout the day, then rain will really start to pick on up. Let me focus our attention just south of us. We only have a couple of sprinkles around the region, but now things really firing up. Northern Alabama, also sitting there in central Tennessee, all that's moving toward us, moving northbound. So expect that to become more widespread in toward the afternoon and off into the evening hours. Right now it's kind of calm and quiet. Still some roadways are wet and some are pretty dry. We're getting a few sprinkles here in Lexington. Temperatures are in the mid-50s. We'll finish off there in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. Look at Richmond. 59 degrees. We may even finish off in 60, 61 there in Richmond. Nonetheless, we go throughout the rest of the day, upper 50s, lower 60s. That rain really on the increase here in the next several hours, especially off toward the evening and then overnight. But really today's talkers, what we're going to be focusing in on, everybody's going to be talking about the rain, especially when it kicks in later on this afternoon and into the evening. The wind will be very gusty tomorrow. That mild air, it's been feeling okay the past couple of days, and it'll feel pretty good tomorrow, but we'll have a wet Christmas Eve before those flakes come for your Christmas. How much are we expecting out of those flakes, though? Is it going to cause major impacts? I'll show you that in your forecast in about 10 minutes.
All right, Micah, thank you very much. Still a lot of questions this afternoon about that sweeping internet breakdown that hit North Korea yesterday.
It happened just days after the country denied involvement in the Sony Pictures cyber attack. As Bob Orr shows us, U.S. officials are keeping quiet about the internet outage.
That profile, that series of events, I haven't ever seen in North Korea before.
Cyber analyst Doug Midori says after days of spotty internet service, Monday's outage completely cut off North Korea's online access to the rest of the world.
There would be periods of time it was out for an hour or more, and then finally just completely went offline.
You want us to assassinate the leader of North Korea?
Yes.
The blackout came just days after the FBI blamed North Korea for a devastating hack on Sony Pictures, which caused the studio to pull the plug on The Interview, a slapstick film about the assassination of North Korea's leader. President Obama promised North Korea would pay some proportional price.
And we'll respond in a place and time and manner that we choose.
So Monday's blackout in North Korea fueled speculation the outage may have been retaliation by the U.S. or an intermediary like China.
The benign explanation is that the router was having a software malfunction. Given recent events and the context this occurs in, one has to consider the possibility that that they were under some sort of an attack.
But U.S. officials had no comment on the outage and remained cryptic about U.S. plans to avenge the Sony attack.
We aren't going to discuss, publicly operational details about the possible response options, except to say that some will be seen, some may not be seen.
Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
We are learning more this afternoon about a deadly home invasion. A homeowner shot and killed one of two men who broke into his home on Monroe Lane in Harrison County yesterday morning. Today, we received the 911 calls, which show what the dispatcher told the homeowner to do after he reported he shot one of the intruders.
They're coming to the front door.
Okay.
You'll just put your weapon down.
I'm going to put them on the table.
Okay.
All right.
Next be advised, he's going to keep his 45 until you get on the scene, so just advise.
Investigators identified the man shot as Marco Givens. The other man, Larry Nolan, drove him to the hospital and later turned himself into police. He's in jail along with Givens' girlfriend, Raven Edwards. Police say she arranged a meeting with the homeowner just before the break-in.
And we'll have more extensive reporting on that later today here on WKYT.
We have some new information that may help men trying to reduce those pot bellies.
And look over here. And what researchers are calling a positive development in the fight against the deadly Ebola virus. Ebony Williams has the details in this Better Living report.
Researchers have developed an experimental vaccine that appears safe and effective in preventing the deadly Ebola virus inside hard-hit Africa. More than 100 healthy adults in Uganda volunteered for the study, the first of its kind. The findings were published in the journal Lancet. Healthy men who lift weights for 20 minutes a day had less of a potbelly than men doing the same amount of aerobic exercise. That's according to researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health. They tracked more than 10,000 men over 40. Doctors say combining weight training and aerobics got the best results. And researchers aren't sure why, but obese and overweight patients seem to have better survival rates when it comes to heart failure. Doctors followed nearly 1,500 patients for a decade. They say heavier patients may have higher survival rates because their heart trouble was discovered sooner. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
Hey, it's so good to have you with us on WKYT. There's a lot more news coming right up. Planning for New Year's Eve? What to wear? We have some fashion advice coming up.
Plus, you can adopt a new pet for free this holiday. How a Central Kentucky car dealership is teaming up with the Woodford Humane Society.